An artificial intelligence was prompted to come up with the most terrifying sentence in the English language with as few words as possible. It ended up giving us a story of only 5 words. Donkey Kong Main from Ohio. In early 2016, the devastating and esoteric power of Ohio will be demonstrated to the world with a viral trend stemming from an image of a bus stop claiming that Ohio would be eliminated. Since then, the world would be weary of the horrors contained within the Midwestern state. This manifested in erroneous jokes claiming Ohio had conquered the country, the world, or even the galaxy. The extended parallel process model is a theory that interprets how we react to messages that generate fear. The 3 major common responses are denial, defensive avoidance, and reactance. Among these categories, 3 scientists believe that there is a 4th response that didn't quite fit into these categories: humor. In these Ohio memes, there is no denial, avoidance, or reactance. In the words of these scientists, there is no language but the need to disengage with Ohio. Viewers are not motivated to take action or to distance themselves from the threat, they actually laugh at it. So, what makes Ohio so scary that we as a society can do nothing but laugh in the face of a seemingly existential threat?
Two Tran, oh fuck, God that's bright. Two Trans, Donkey Kong, sucks dick.
The best Donkey Kong in the Midwest that loves MF Doom and Fanta. That's how I'll describe Two Tran in like 1 sentence.
This is Two Tran. Two Tran is a Donkey Kong man from Ohio. He has a Donkey Kong hat that he likes. Really likes.
Two Tran's Donkey Kong hat, he has had it longer than I can remember. There is one story with the hat where his hat that he has now is not the original hat. It got thrown out of a window on the way to a either Smash and Splash or Full Bloom as a joke. Someone was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just like threw the hat out of the window and like the wind was going so fast it just immediately fell out. Apparently like Tran's face was just like emotionless. Two Tran's phone background is just a picture of the Donkey Kong hat.
Even for his time, Two Tran had a DK unlike a lot of the others. In my journey to become a DK historian, I've studied plenty of VODs, and Two Tran's Punish game stands as one of the most explosive and creative of the bunch, and his use of shield pivots were ahead of their time. As of 2019, Two Tran is ranked number 10 in one of the strongest regions in America, Ohio.
The thing with his Donkey Kong is that it originally started off as like a joke. Like, oh, he plays Donkey Kong, you know, funny banana man. But what happened was it just started beating people. And it originally was like he would counterpick Marth with it at like Cincinnati regionals. I remember it was like the first time he got like a good win with DK. And then it just became, I guess he's a DK main now.
Okay. Bobby's fighting out the corner like regular. Oh, that was... Oh, I no, he would be done if he didn't do it. Yeah. He would be if he didn't do it. I was thinking, okay. Down to the end. Oh, makes it bad. Oh, not safe.
Meet Zamu. Zamu, by all meaning of the word, can be considered a prodigy. At the age of 17, he had already defeated multiple top 100 level players and won the Chicago Arcadian. Nowadays, he is a top level threat. However, on December 1st, 2018, at the campus of Indiana University, Zamu wasn't a prodigy, he wasn't a top level threat. Zamu was afraid.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Roy's our boy. Roy's our boy.
Named after Kilroy's on Kirkwood in Bloomington, Kilroy is a long-running tournament series in Bloomington, Indiana, and the little sibling to Indiana's spiritual successor to Melee FC, Full Bloom. These factors were enough to attract the dedicated carpool of smashers from Dayton, Ohio to the Hoosier State.
So Dayton, Kilroy. I love Indiana tournaments, and this one's, you know, pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. I know I have to play Reeve beforehand, and that's always good for me when I know something like that, like I can prepare for it. At this tournament, every single person in Dayton played Reeve. Like, Two Tran played Reeve, Gemini played. So yeah, immediately after I beat Reeve at this tournament, he played Suffer. And then Gemini makes it pretty far. Gemini, very good player, gets all the way to 9th and then has to play Reeve and losers. Reeve's still going on this loser's tear.
While 3/4 of the Dayton carpool were fighting against Kentucky Marth Reeve, Two Tran made his way out of his pool without losing a game, slated to play against the 3 seed, Zamu, in the first round of bracket.
Alright, what is up with it, guys? We got Strom here, and Samwise. And we are here at Kilroy 4. We got Two Tran and Zamu going at it.
Our first bracket match on stream tonight. And we got a Donkey Kong. This is what we're looking for. This is high level.
And not only that, we got a Donkey Kong up a game.
There are two facts about Zamu that are particularly important when discussing the Ohio phenomenon. Zamu's cousin is the best Donkey Kong in the world, Ringler. And for some mysterious reason, Zamu hates Donkey Kong.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy who lived in the deep, dark jungles of Africa. His name was Little Sambo.
What region is Two Tran from?
Two Tran is, I believe, Dayton, Ohio. Definitely Ohio.
Okay.
The crowd getting loud out here. This Dayton crowd came to play, man. Oh, and he got a grab. Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
Is this where it starts?
Oh,
all right.
Got kind of cucked by the tree there.
So one up smash will end it, up air will end it. Fox got the killers.
Just does it.
Raw.
Up air. Doesn't get the second.
This is scary. This is real
I
scary.
think Fox is in a... Oh,
there he goes.
Nice. Just kind of waits for him to run in. Hits him with the up smash.
The score is tied 1-1, and while the battle on screen is even, Zamu's battle against Fear is skewed in the favor of Ohio. Zamu has already displayed many of the key reactions to Fear mentioned within the parallel process model. The first stock of the match, Two Tran hits Zamu with the cargo throw mix-up, and Zamu responds with humor by laughing. As mentioned earlier, humor is the go-to Fear response when danger is presented by Ohio. He then proceeds to take items out of his pocket, seemingly thinking that these are the reason why this beast from Ohio is conquering me in this game of Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is another reaction presented on the Fear parallel process model. Denial. And in the second game, Zamu displays resistance by winning.
Oh, he doesn't even want to deal with it.
What do you
Good
do?
call.
Go Sheik?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably.
Going into the third game, Zamu has already displayed the final response to fear, avoidance.
I mean, this is DK's kingdom.
Crowd popping off.
I don't know the lag on it, obviously. That's the only thing that I'm not sure of.
It looks like less than I would
He's
expect.
so smart.
That was
And Zamu looked at him real quick, like, that was smart, dude.
dude, you're kind of. That character's kind of weird.
Counter picks. Can't
Dreamland, Dead wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's the trade-off you get with Yoshi. You know,
If he's gonna try to just smother him, then
you can smother them, but you're also in a perpetual corner, so it works both ways.
this punish is gonna kill on Yoshi.
Oh, and this input.
Vector for his troubles. Randall punish.
Yeah. It's like once DK gets hit, you know, you're gonna take it as far as you can.
Yeah.
You know, DK just has that problem that most of the heavyset characters and the bigger characters have. He has a huge model, you can easily just smack him around a lot. But combined with Two Tran's DI and just the way he's commanding neutral, he's just getting these punishes just like that. Oh, dominant punches.
Oh my.
Wow. Yeah, and the one more stock chance are coming out. Two Tran is nuts. I think he wanted maybe a down tilt.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be a stock.
Yes. All right.
Wow.
Last stock. And 58%. I mean, he can still die off of a conversion.
Yeah, it's rough. He's gotta get down.
Yeah, okay, he's got down.
No,
Oh,
that
was a risky air dodge.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what
gets a
Two Tran
platform.
Shine up smash. Doesn't really get a follow up.
Crowd is popping off on
Catches the
every
back
hit.
end.
Crowd loves it. Yep, he's on that stage. Wow.
He just gets slapped by him.
Wow, that
Down
was so
there.
smart.
Good DI.
Oh my god, is that it?
No, no, no.
Oh my
He's
god.
just upping his shield.
This is so scary.
Oh my god, that was so smart.
Both players staying really calm.
Oh, that's
Is that
gonna
it?
clean it up.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Two Tran taking it over Zamu, man.
Wow.
With the year Zamu's been having, it's like a hell of a win for Two Tran.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he got
Wow.
Dude, this DK did not come to mess around. DK come to take W.
So when I played Zamu at Kilroy, like I'd already played him. I also watched my match, so I was definitely anticipating that if I played well, I could take him out. So I was really happy with that win. I think DK Fox is one of my better matchups. Big thing was that the last game I had like a 3-1 stock lead, and I almost blew it, but I was happy with just my general composure throughout the set. Like 2 months ago, yeah, Big House, you know, I had a set against Hugs, which I think some people may be familiar with. And during that set, I had a 3-1 lead and then lost. So was in that situation again. Was able to keep my calm and just take the win. So I was really happy with it, and it gave me momentum also for the rest of the tournament. At that point, I still felt like I had a good chance to win. I already knew I was playing good. DK Peach was a tough matchup for me.
To secure his spot in top 8, Two Tran had to play off against Kentucky OSRS player Cobb. Cobb was pretty good at melee for an OSRS player, and he was ranked #1 in Kentucky for a period of time.
Our local Peach, I was never able to take a set off of him. I lost to him even when I main Falco, but even when I switched to DK, I still wasn't able to take a set off of him, so it felt like a barrier to me.
I remember thinking, there's no way that Two Tran beats Cobb. Like Donkey Kong Peach, people will tell you that matchup is 100-0. But that's just the way Tran plays, is that he does the borderline impossible, like beat the best player in Kentucky at the time. I'm pretty sure him or it was either Cobb or Reeve, but Tran could just do it. He's just has pure talent at the game, just like moving around and mix-ups and all of those things.
It was a 3-2, I believe. It's really close. That was a huge win too. Might be bigger than the Zamu win, just based on how much I felt like I struggled with that matchup. I think the Reeve set with Simeon happened prior to my set against Zamu. I think the big thing we were looking into is that me and Simeon were actually projected to play each other. And the only way to avoid that was one of us making an upset. And it was really cool to just see our city do well. That year, we just grinded a lot. Our city, Dayton, probably the smallest scene in Ohio, and I think all that time finally paid off there. So it was cool to see like all of us do well.
It was the first time Dayton as a city, like Two Tran brought that to light to our city. Like that was the first time we've seen like something like that on a national stage for 937, like our area code. And Two Tran did that for us, and it was like that kid is a rock star. Like I don't know, I feel like it's like a second family for all of us, like a third home, like or like I don't know. It's like we just have such a camaraderie, like a unit. We're very welcoming, always growing. There's tons of old people, like old school, tons of middle school people, and then just like with COVID kind of getting a little better and safer, we've had so many people pop out of the woodwork and come back, and also just new players and new faces that we're like seeing every few months. So I don't know, I love it. It's a great place.
Yeah, there's like a nice friendship between like I noticed like Gemini, Simeon, and Two Tran. They feel like they're a bunch of homies.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're such a squad. Suffer in them too, and like they're just like we love them, and they've been friends for so long, and I've been friends with Gemini for so long, and Simeon feels like just like a cousin to me, and every big house, no matter what, like 20-30 of us from Dayton all drive up. Like it's crazy. Like we're all just a family. Like it's just like I don't know, it's beautiful.
Melee's a lot. Melee's helped me during tough times, given me a lot of great friends, given me access to a wonderful community. While I was playing Melee, I guess I could say I've also grown alongside Melee. With life, Melee's helped a lot with that. It started as a passion, and it's become way more than that. And it's also just a journey too. I don't know where it's gonna take me, but it's a journey that's fun. And that's all I got.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna try to be too deep.
Yeah, that's a perfect answer.
I love his Donkey Kong because I know how good he is, but the thing is, you get new people coming in from like, new players all the time. No one has been like wrecked by a Donkey Kong like that unless you're actually playing like Ringler or Akir, and in a lot of people in Ohio's case, some DK main named Two Tran that they've never heard of.
Follow the light. The light is your guide. I'm controller of Planet X. 3-3. And I've invited you here to discuss something that's very important.
King Ghidorah, take me to your leader. Quick to claim that he not no snake like me neither. They need to take a breather. He been rhyming longer than Sigmund the Sea Creature. Been on Saturday feature. Pleased to meet ya. And came to wake you up out the deep sleeper. Like he needed to stop before he caught the knee drop. Even give you more sit than ZZ Top. When full bears thou shalt not more corner. Ghidra like one more steps in y'all's corners. So-called rich front if you wanna. When he spit electrics, don't be in y'all saunas. He only here to warn us what the plan is. The hour is up on us, it's bananas. Born alone, die alone, no matter who your man is. Hope he live long enough to tell it to his grandkids. King Ghidra, 3-finger ring fever. Spring chicken eater, ID'd as the ringleader. Who needs a heater? Catch him with bare hands. These same hands that make razors out beer cans. His own biggest fan, and got a fan base as big as Japan. Yeah, and all hail the king, and give him 3 cheers, fam. Like hit parade, do his thing for the little kings like Sling Blade. To the grave, put in work like a slave. On how to flip scripts on the dipstick brigade. Rock 'em like studio played. Back when we used to rock the shag, no fade. This skilled trade like a tailor-made suede. Make the studio, and I'm paid. Half up front, half upon mastering. Would you like that in cash? Last thing you should ask the king. You don't have to be no crystal ball reader. Allergic to saltpeter, used to be a wall beater. In the game like a Wall Street cheater. A lot of rap noise is annoying like cedar. Turn into a triple X monster from a fairy tale movie. He don't know me very well, do he? King Ghidra crush on the scene's teacher. They need to pay him better, she had nothing on the reefer. Heifer, and I had to offer her a stick of gum. She was as thick as they come and taught a strict curriculum, which is only good for my son. When I'm in the hood, razors on tongue. Nowadays it's amazing raising young. Rule number one, keep your phasers on stun.